Good morning, brush monkeys. We are back, and this week we are painting Sister Toinette LaPromise from Raging Heroes. As you recall, last week we painted Sister Fraisine de la Tour. Look like this. Get some actual light on her. And we painted her in a green habit because she was sold as part of the St. Patrick's Day Guardians of the Forest collection. And so Sister Toinette LaPromise here is part of that same collection. So we've got all the same paints laid out. Here's what Sister Toinette looks like. Now when I was putting her together, I think that index finger was supposed to be up against her lip, and I kind of made it look like she was just sort of pointing away at something. but I kind of like how it looked. To be honest, her boob got in the way there. I'm not sure how they put it together in the picture, but it's the one downfall of Raging Heroes miniatures is they don't actually come with instructions. They just come with this card, and there's a little bit of a close-up on the back that shows how that was supposed to be against her lips, but it doesn't work like that with that boob there, so that is not how that happened. So, but then again, also with that same thing, it shows her as having like a kind of bandage around her arm, and she doesn't. She's got very clearly some kind of gauntlet going on there, and then her other arm has a little wrap around the wrist. She also got these little wraps above her boot here on both thighs. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to paint the skin Wraithbone with Guilliman flesh, and then fair skin highlights. And then those wraps, I'm going to go back over those with Wraithbone and paint them with Skeleton Horde, and then her boots with the Snakebite leather. And I think that's going to give me a nice tonal difference between the two browns that I think it's going to look really nice. I've got the medium green, the Scale 75 Fantasy Games green for her bodice here. I've got the jade green for the inside of her cloak, inside of her habit, and the contrast orc flesh for the outside of her habit. And of course I've got the Basilicanum Gray and the Necron Compound for the blade of her sword, for the hilt of her sword, and these little gold chains. I've got Balthazar Gold and Old Gold with a little bit of Golden Griffin for these chains to brighten them up a little bit. Can't really see the grip of her sword real well, but there's a little bit. But she's showing a little more skin than the other ones. And then of course I've got Dark Angels green, Niblet green, and dark green for the base. It's got Skeleton Horde for that. I've got Ulthwyn gray and matte white for her wimple, which you can just barely see there at the neckline. But yeah, got all her colors laid out, and she's going to be kind of fun to paint. So looking forward to getting in on this. So I'm going to pause here and get started on her. Alright, see you soon. Alright, we've made some progress on our girl here. As you can see, I got the leg wraps done, I got the skin done. She's looking pretty good. I painted the sword with the Basilicanum Gray and then realized that the sword had a ricasso on there. So I went back over that with the Wraithbone. So I'm going to do that in the Snakebite leather. I also did her arm wrap there in leather and her vambrace here in Snakebite Wraithbone to prep her for the leather. The boots are going to be a slightly darker leather, that's why I didn't bother to do them first. And I did her wimple, you can see there, in Ulthwyn gray, and then highlighted it with white. Got her lips painted. She's looking pretty good. So now I'm going to move on to the greens. I'm going to start with the medium green on her bodysuit there, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be right back when I've made some progress. See you soon. Bye. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we made some progress on our gal here. As you can see, I've got the medium green of her bodysuit done. I've got the dark green, the orc flesh green contrast on her habit, and the light green on the lining. Both the light green and the contrast green are both still wet, so I'm going to let them dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to go over them with the Biltan green shade wash here. I've done the body stocking in the shade wash already, that's why it looks like it's still wet. So like I said, I'm going to take a break and let those dry, and then we'll come back and do the shade wash on the green liner and probably the leathers on her here. So they're making pretty good progress on her. She's looking pretty good. See you soon. Alright, I'm back and I've made some more progress on Sister Toinette here. As you can see, I got the shade wash done on the cloak, and I got the leathers painted. Her boots are looking really good. Hand brace, belt and belt pouches, and an arm wrap there, and the ricasso on the sword. It's all looking really good. I'm really like how it's turning out. But again, the shade wash and the contrast paints are still wet, so I'm going to let them dry. And then when I come back, I'm going to do the metallics. I got those chains. I got a couple little chains around the bottom of her bathing suit there. The hilt of her sword. I got a dry brushed sword. And probably put a light dry brush of Golden Griffin on those chains. Yeah, that's I'm making some progress on a girl. There's a couple of belt buckles on the straps there that I'm going to want to paint too. I'll probably do some gold on there. Maybe, yeah, there's some on the boots too. So yeah, we're making good progress on her. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and let that contrast paint dry, and then we will come back and start in on the metallics. All right, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys back. And as you can see, I have dry brushed the sword blade, so it's got that nice edge to it. Also painted the gold hilt and her chains. And you can see I've also got the buckle on her belt and the buckles on her boots are all gold. You can see where I've based it with Balthazar gold. It actually comes out a little more Balthazar gold on that from that angle. On the chains here, and then layered it with old gold, and then finally gave it a dry brush of Golden Griffin. So they're all pretty and sparkly, and I really like how they came out. So she's looking pretty good. Also got the little chains around the bottom of her bodysuit there too. So yeah, our girl's looking pretty good. So I'm going to pause here and do the base with the Dark Angels green. And then I think the next time you see this girl, she's going to be completely done. So I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, here is our finished Sister Toinette LaPromise. She thinks she looks really good. The greens all came out really nice. The leather looks good. The gold looks fantastic. I'm really happy with how she turned out. She's probably got one of the better faces I painted recently too. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Next week we're going to try something a little different. We're going to be painting up probably one of the smaller miniatures I've ever tried painting. So this should be an interesting little challenge. So tune in for that, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, go ahead and click subscribe. It's like over here somewhere, right there. Those will both help with my YouTube numbers and bring me that much closer to monetizing this channel and being able to do what I love to do full time. If you want to get your hands on some of the miniatures I painted here, visit our Instagram and Tumblr pages. I post pictures of both of those on a regular basis. I post videos on TikTok on a regular basis, mostly to direct traffic here to the YouTube channel, but you know, there's some other stuff there that's kind of cool. So go check that out. And if you want to show some love for your favorite monkey-based miniature painter, go check out our merch store at storefrontier.com/FlyingMonkeyStudios to get our t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve t-shirts, can cozies, aprons, face masks. We've got all kinds of stuff there in a bunch of different colors, including tie-dye. We've got some tie-dye shirts on there if you want to check that out. So go check that out. Go check us out on our other social medias and follow us on Twitter for updates on the channel as well. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.